Virus pandemic, U.S. health officials have allowed emergency use of Lilly's antibody drug designed to help the immune system fight COVID-19. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brooke Martin.
And Ethel Sanchez, thank you for joining us. Today, the Food and Drug Administration cleared the experimental drug for people 12 and older with mild or moderate cases of COVID-19 that do not require hospitalization. Tests of the drug are continuing, but it does not seem to help patients with more serious illness. It is similar to a treatment President Donald Trump got after contracting the virus last month. The government previously reached a deal to buy and supply much of the early production of that drug.
As the U.S. passes 10 million positive COVID-19 cases, some colleges in Indiana are announcing plans for students returning home for the holidays.
So this after Pfizer's CEO announces a promising development regarding its coronavirus vaccine, and President-elect Joe Biden puts together an advisory board to help respond to the pandemic during the transition and after he takes office.
Yeah, we'll have more on those stories in just a moment. But first, what students at Central Indiana universities need to know before heading home. News 8's Julia Deng joins us live from IUPUI. Julia.
Hey there, Brooke. None of the universities we contacted here in Central Indiana are mandating any kind of exit testing for students leaving campus for Thanksgiving, but we know of at least one college in northern Indiana that is requiring that. A spontaneous celebration and now a flood of disappointment and new COVID policies after thousands of students rushed the football field Saturday at Notre Dame. The university is now requiring all students to undergo COVID testing before leaving for Thanksgiving, which marks the start of their extended winter break.
And in the midst of the pandemic,
in Central Indiana, IU, Butler, Purdue, Marion, and Ball State universities are not requiring exit testing for students before Thanksgiving.
That is concerning.
IUPUI freshman Kirsten Pena was surprised, noting she had to get tested before coming to campus and undergo mitigation testing during the semester.
Just trying to be cautious.
She is going home for Thanksgiving and says she'll probably get tested even though it's not required.
It's just going to be me and my immediate family. Like usually for Thanksgiving we gather and we have a bunch of our extended family meet up, but we're going to have to cancel that this year.
IUPUI junior Laura Tuzio says she would also support mandatory pre-holiday testing on her campus and others.
Because I have nieces coming home from college for the holiday as well, we're going to suggest that they get tested before they come home.
IU is offering optional departure testing the week of November 15th. It's free and available at all IU campuses. Freshman Fidel Tiamu got an email to sign up today and says he will before going home to see his family. It'll be his 8th time getting tested for COVID.
I feel like the school is doing a good job, getting tests around. Everybody has been complaining, but this is also for a good reason.
And that departure testing is open to IU students, faculty, and staff. Meantime, Purdue University is encouraging all students who are traveling for the holiday to get tested immediately upon arrival at their destination. We'll have local universities' exit and return policies on our website. Live downtown, Julia Deng, Wish TV and WishTV.com, and be sure to follow us on Facebook.
All right, Julia, thank you very much. Well, an increase in COVID-19 cases has prompted administrators at Center Grove Middle School and High School to make some changes. Tomorrow, students will not have school as teachers prepare for the transition. On Wednesday, grades 6 through 12 will have an e-learning day. Then on Thursday, middle and high school students will move to the blended model. Right now, there are no changes for elementary school students. And over the weekend, Center Grove reported more than 13 cases. And the Beech Grove High School community has also seen a rise in cases. Beginning tomorrow, students will move to e-learning until further notice. All practices and extracurricular activities for grades K through 12 are canceled. Administrators say these decisions will be reviewed again at the end of the week.
Well, there are more than 4,200 new cases of coronavirus in Indiana. That's according to updated information from the State Department of Health. So in all, 214,509 people have been tested positive. Another 34 people have died in Indiana. Those deaths happened between November 1st and November 8th. 4,418 Hoosier deaths are now linked to the pandemic. Meanwhile, Pfizer announces early evidence that its vaccine is more than 90% effective. According to the company, it plans to seek emergency authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. That'll happen soon after volunteers in clinical trials have been monitored for 2 months after getting their second dose of vaccine as requested by the FDA. Pfizer said it anticipated reaching that marker by next week.
It is extraordinary that it's coming at a time that the world needs it the most. Right now, only in the U.S., we have 100,000 victims of COVID every day, 1,000 deaths every day. So I can't count how many people are losing their jobs every day. So it's a very important day for humanity.
Pfizer's CEO says he thinks the vaccine will be free to all Americans, saying he thinks every American will have access to it.
Well, President-elect Joe Biden announcing his transition COVID-19 advisory board today. The 12-member board is co-chaired by former FDA Commissioner Dr. David Kessler, former Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy, and Dr. Marcela Nunez-Smith, a Yale Associate Professor of Medicine and Epidemiology. Biden and Harris were briefed by the board today. Biden says that he will likely add other members to the panel going forward. And speaking to the media today, Biden says that he will spare no effort to turn this pandemic around and urged Americans to wear a mask.